As time passes, guitar fell into obscurity. Once it was the instrument of princes and royals after the introduction of the piano. The guitar became the instrument of gypsies and beggars, except for a few, not many, would be seen with the six-string orchestra. Mauro Giuliani proved to be one of those exceptions. Giuliani was born in a town along the Adriatic Sea in the eastern side of the nation of Italy, near the heel of what is commonly called Boot, in a town called Barletta. There is disagreement between scholars on which town he was. Anyway, he was born on the Adriatic side. Early in his life, his father sent him and his brothers to Bologna to study counterpoint, because his father didn't see much musical future in their hometown. But once he got there, Giuliani didn't want anything to do with much except for the guitar. Well, as you can imagine, living in Italy during this time period, there wasn't a lot of call for a guitarist. The musical diversion of choice was opera, as we've learned in our lectures. So, along with many other people, Giuliani moved north to Vienna, where he hung around with an arty crowd, bouncing from one residence to another. Sometimes he was even called the Casanova of Vienna. He had an illegitimate son during this time period. But he became known as the master of guitar of Vienna, to the irk of two local guitarists. By 1808, Giuliani gave the premiere performance of his first guitar concerto with full orchestra accompaniment. And by doing this, his status as a guitar master in Vienna was firmly established. As his reputation grew, so did his dossier of compositions. Over his lifetime, he composed over 150 pieces for the solo guitar that have opus numbers, and at least 70 pieces that don't have an opus number. Not only the number of works that impress us, but how Giuliani wrote them. His guitar compositions were notated on the treble clef in the new manner, always distinguishing his parts of music. Therefore, through the careful use of note and stem direction, Giuliani moved the guitar notation from tablature to modern notation. In addition to his works with the guitar, since Giuliani studied cello when he first went to Bologna, when Beethoven's 7th Symphony premiered in Vienna, Giuliani played the cello. This not only firmly established him as a guitarist, but as a musician in general. Giuliani's instrument of choice was guitar, so to know a little bit about his guitar would be wise. During the classical period, it's a time of transition for guitar. It went from the doubled strings of the coursed guitar, either 5 double strings, 4 double strings, or 6 double strings, to a single string, 6 strings. It also went from a narrow guitar to a wider guitar. They figured out that if they put some braces on the underside of the face of the guitar, that it not only helped the sound, but it also held the guitar more sturdy. That is the type of guitar that Giuliani would play. Although some people in Vienna didn't like the single 6-string guitars, they liked the coarse string guitars. Giuliani still played the 6-string guitar. The piece that I looked at was Variations on a Theme by G.F. Handel, opus number 107. Variations was a popular theme, a popular thing to do in the classical period, because it presented a theme and then you could embellish and make the piece longer by changing the way that you looked at the theme. And that's exactly what Giuliani did. He started out in quarter notes, sped it up to eighth notes in the first variation. Second variation was in triplets. The third variation was in 16th notes, with the treble holding the melody. The next variation was 16th notes again, with the bass holding the melody. Then he changed it completely, leaving it in 16th notes, but he went to the parallel minor of the original key. It's written in A major, the parallel minor of the dominant of E major, so he went to E minor. He ended with going back to A major and a authentic cadence with an arpeggiated E chord run into an arpeggiated A chord, and then two strong strummed A chords. In closing, Mauro Giuliani helped keep the guitar from falling into obscurity through his meticulous compositions, his masterful playing, and his artful rendition of favorite themes. As his life moved forward, Giuliani found himself drowning in debt. Therefore, he moved to Naples, where he found a patron. No matter where, the guitar in Giuliani hands became gifted with a power of expression at once pure, thrilling, and exquisite. Thank you.